When I say, who's the master? You say, Sonya.
What's up, guys? Showing up the king here. The day has finally arrived. We finally got Dragon Ball Super premiered. Uh, Typically, my reviews will be done Sunday morning because the episode starts. It comes out Saturday night, but I like to wait for the sub version to come out. But anyway, we all know about that. So Dragon Ball Super premiered today, and I have to say, it was both awesome, nostalgic, and a bit slow at times, but I'll get into that in the review. So, for those who've read the manga of the first chapter of Dragon Ball Super, will notice that the episode obviously had some filler to it because, again, the chapter itself is probably 18 pages long, and to produce a 30-minute television show, you're gonna have to have some fillers. And again, if you've watched Dragon Ball Z, you know all about filler. So it is what it is. You know, if you've been watching Dragon Ball as long as I have, you know to learn and to deal with this kind of stuff. So moving on. So the episode actually starts with Goku working a job. The series itself takes place 6 months after the Majin Buu saga. So actually, the episode starts with the final few minutes of the battle of the fight with Majin Buu. It shows Goku killing him. Now, the one thing I want to clarify, and again, we probably won't have the answer anytime soon, is because in the original Dragon Ball Z, after the Majin Buu arc happened, we actually jump forward some years and we get the World Tournament, and we get when we finally see Pan for the first time. You know, Goten and Trunks are grown up, and you know, situations like that. So I don't know with this new continuity how that happens, whether that gets taken out. Will we ever see Oob? We don't know. So it's a lot of good questions that are going to happen because especially what we heard from the news from Battle of the God with Beerus and Whis and Goku and Vegeta supposedly time traveling to other different Dragon Ball Z universes. We don't, for all I know, the entirety after Dragon Ball Z could have been nuked and it doesn't exist anymore. But anyway, so we start now with Goku tilling the land. He has to get a real job to try to make money. And Goten, he shows up to help his dad, brings him lunch, and, you know, he gets to till the land. And Goku proceeds to train. There's a little montage where Goten falls off the cliff. Goku rescues him, and then they basically have a flashback. Now, in the manga, basically what happens, Goku is training, but the visions he sees is Cell and Frieza. And I would have actually liked to have seen that. It would have been actually really cool in the anime to see Goku going against Frieza and Cell in his mind and training versus what we got, which is him basically punching the air and, you know, slamming his fist on the ground, stuff like that. It still looks good to see, you know, Goku and his still wanting to train since he couldn't beat Majin Buu on his own. But I would have liked to have seen that portion mirrored more closely to the manga than it was in the anime. So here's where the filler starts. So Goten, first we get a moment with Sultan where he's accepting the World Universe Peace Award because apparently the world thought he was the one that saved them. Now here's the thing. Now, and again, I might need to get clarification from you guys, but I thought after the 6 months, they used the Dragon Balls to wipe the memory of Majin Buu from the people's mind. So what did Sultan actually save them from? If the people don't know who Majin Buu is, who did they save the world from? Now, I can't remember if they thought Evil Buu they knew about, but they didn't know about Majin Buu, so Majin Buu could still live amongst the people and not freak anyone out. But I can't remember, so if someone else has the answer, you can let me know in the comment section below. But anyway, you know, there's a small cameo from Majin Buu. He comes out to kind of interrupt Sultan to tell him that he's hungry. You know, gets a little angry. The steam comes out, and, you know, Sultan has to go. I say Sultan, Mr. Satan. I'm thinking about the English version, but I'm actually used to watching the Japanese version. So yes, Mr. Satan then has to go out and massage Majin Buu's back and tell him, hey, calm down, you know, I'll get you some chocolate later, which I thought was kind of funny. Now, then the scene kind of shifts to Gohan and Videl, and I guess she bought Gohan some book. Apparently, Gohan's not working. He's focusing on his studies, and Videl is the one that's paying for everything. And of course, like any man would, he feels bad that he can't buy Videl anything. But on the other hand, you guys have saved the world countless times, number of times. So yeah, I guess you should have to worry about money at the very least. Just saying. So then the big portion of the episode happened, which this is where the most of the filler was Goten and Trunks trying to buy Videl a wedding gift, because we found out that her and Gohan are getting married, and Goten wanted to buy her a gift for the wedding. So, first they go look at rings, and then, they decided they're not big enough. Then they decided to go buy some cosmetics on the behest of Bulma, because again, Bulma uses cosmetics, and that's probably how she stayed looking so young this entire series. When that doesn't work, then they decide to go to some hot spring to get some sort of cosmetic water that can make wrinkled skin look fine. They end up getting to a stream, and then they get into this tussle with a snake to fight over the water. And basic Dragon Ball fare. They end up beating up the snake, getting the water, getting it back to Videl, and then after a short intermission, we go straight back to Goten and Goku talking about what happened. Then Mr. Sultan shows up, presents Goku with 100 million zenny? Yeah, it's 100 million zenny. He presents that to Chi-Chi, and Chi-Chi lets him go train. So everything other than, so the manga basically skipped out all that other stuff. The manga basically was just Goku training against Cell and Frieza, the other portion, and then Mr. Sultan bringing him the money. I do believe the Sultan thing may have happened too, but anyway. So, I'm sorry. One of the most important parts that I forgot too was we did finally see Beerus outside of the Battle of the Gods movie, and he was destroying planets. And again, just goes to show you how strong Beerus is. When he didn't like the food because it was too salty, he basically tapped his finger on the table and destroyed half the planet. Instantly. Tapped the finger, destroyed the whole planet. So, seeing that happen kind of just lets you know that Beerus is not to be fucked with. And it's going to be very interesting to see how they handle Goku's Super Saiyan God form and how he earns it this time around, and how they're going to do it based off of the movie. So again, the show itself has a huge potential to be great. I'm going to give this episode a 3.5 out of 5. I think it was a great, awesome start. I could have done a little bit without the little bit of the filler in the middle, but again, I understand. The animation quality was great. I love the new opening theme. I think it's perfect for Dragon Ball. And again, like, just the potential alone for what this series is going to end up being, it's just fantastic. Now, only thing I really want to see is, I want to see Oob. I remember distinctly Goku wishing him to come back to life and try to be a good guy. So I hope at some point they introduce him into the series as well, after we get back from the Beerus situation and the resurrection of Frieza, and we actually start going to these other galaxies. I'm hoping that the other side crew of Dragon Ball can be a part of it, because again, I don't want this to be the Goku show or the Goku Vegeta show. I like to see a little bit of Piccolo. I like to see Oob. Hell, I like to see Goten and Gohan, all of them kind of get in the mix and fight a little bit, because again, Dragon Ball Z is about Goku, but the other characters that we fall in love with, they need their time to shine as well, and that's something that I didn't think happened that well in Dragon Ball Z past the Frieza saga. Past the Cell saga. Everybody else became obsolete. So I'd like to see a little bit of that. But I want to know what you guys thought. Let me know what you thought of the new episode, the first episode of Dragon Ball Super. Thumbs up the video if you're so excited for it being back. Don't forget to comment, subscribe to the channel. I'll put all my information on the link below. Also, check out my gaming channel. I'll be doing some Batman Arkham Knight videos, as well as some other little tidbits. This is Showing Off the King. I'm back. Dragon Ball's back. It's a great time to be an anime fan. Have an awesome day.